Hello there and welcome to the next edition of Keep Calm and Carry On Aligning. My name's Dr. Andy Toy and I'm still in the Chamonix Valley. I'm very lucky to have a chalet here and I'm enjoying my morning run and spending a bit of time passing on some of my insights to you. Now, I was very lucky that back in 1982 I went to the Pankey Institute in the States as a young dentist, only 2 years qualified, absolutely full of energy, desperate to learn and want to do the best I could in this career. And fortunately for me, Dr. Pankey was still alive at that time, so he was also teaching. Now obviously that's 40 odd years ago and there's lots of things about that week that I can't remember, but one of the things that Dr. Pankey had was a great way of communicating things in a simple manner that you could actually lock in there and remember. And one of those things was the Pankey Cross. Now there's a couple of Pankey Crosses. It's nothing to do with religion, it's just the way that he described it. But the one that probably sank in most with me is this. Now the first arm of the cross is know your work. Now that was easy for me, and I suspect many of you listening to this who are desperate to learn more and realize there's lots and lots in this fantastic profession of dentistry. So we're going on loads of courses. We really are starting to know our work and we're reflecting on our practice, doing audits and all that sort of stuff. So know your work as the first arm of the Pankey Cross. That was easy. The second arm of the Pankey Cross was know your patient. Now that's sort of obvious, but actually you find that it's not that obvious to many dentists because we tend to focus on the teeth, right? We get into the mouth and we forget that there's a tooth attached, there's a human attached to every tooth. So know your patient, and Dr. Pankey would have a phrase that never treat a stranger, only treat a friend. Now it's particularly important, we know, in terms of cosmetic dentistry. We've got to meet expectations and manage expectations, but frankly, really getting to know your patients is one of the joys of dentistry. Every hour will be different if you realize that it's about the patient, it's not just about the teeth, gums and jaws. The third arm of the cross is, I found, probably the most challenging, and that is know yourself. Now that's really hard, and you'll have challenges in your life where you come up against a crossroads or a brick wall or a precipice, and it can be a bit frightening, a bit disconcerting, anxiety provoking, and those are the times you really get to know yourself. And you'll have long-term relationships as well, which will help you with that. But you really do need to get to know yourself, your strengths and weaknesses, and the more you can develop that knowledge, actually the better your professional career is going to be. That's my experience. Because you'll find yourself in an area that really, really suits you, whether that be just within dentistry or where you live or the type of people you are with or what you do when you're not doing dentistry. All of those things add to this sense of prosperity, which is what it's all about. So that's three arms. Know yourself, know your patient, know your work, know yourself. The fourth arm is apply your knowledge. Now, isn't that difficult? How many courses have you and I been on where we've done a fantastic Friday, Saturday, Sunday maybe, we come back to work on Monday, really brimming full of enthusiasm. The rest of the team have dived for cover because they can't cope with all this enthusiasm we have. We probably come back with a load of kit as well, and guess what? By Friday that kit is probably consigned to the back of the cupboard and you're never going to see it again. You lose that enthusiasm, get stuck into the day-to-day. So actually applying your knowledge is a real challenge, but that's what we're about, because we're dentists, right? We're practitioners, we're not academics. So make sure if you're doing a course that you're actually going ahead and applying it. That's really where the hard yards are. And it's not a straight linear route either. You'll have challenges, you'll go 2 steps forward, 1 step back, 1 step to the side, sometimes 3 steps back. But if it's really, really important, then you will get there. So this is how I sort of managed my career, if you like. I made sure that I knew my work. That was easy. I really made sure I knew my patient. There's a lot of joy in that. I made sure that I knew myself, or at least I try. Finally, I wanted to make sure I really applied those things. So there you go. Once you get those in a sort of balance, you have what Dr. Pankey would say, happiness in dentistry. I like to call it prosperity. That sense of professional profit, if you like, that you're doing something good for people. Also the sense of control, and that you can look back after 40 years like me, and although I've made lots of mistakes, I've done lots of good stuff as well, and I'm pleased about that. So I hope you can have a fantastic career just like I have. And look, the sun is just coming up over the mountains here. Isn't it great? Thanks for watching.